For me, Health Research Foundation Hawke's Bay is a fund for local researchers to support local outcomes.
I think it's my background. My grandmother in Porangaho, Hine Taria Ropiha Shasha Tipene Matua, was the local midwife, not the trained midwife, the Māori midwife. She was the fire engine driver. She was the ambulance driver. If we had helicopter services in those days, she would have been driving the helicopter. So she was this amazing woman who was the local head of the Māori Women's Welfare League, and she was a mover and shaker. And I think that much of my life has been spent emulating the example that she set. I'm sure it's true to say that everybody is inspired by somebody, and that was my move into A, health, and B, asking questions around how do we do this better. Organisations like Health Research Foundation Hawke's Bay are critical. They fund local research, not always the big flash national projects. They fund local researchers. They fund local problems, and in this case health problems, that are located in our area. They attract funding from local people who have an interest in our area. I mean, they really are a critical part of the research framework here in Hawke's Bay. I think one of the biggest things that happened that you might call a breakthrough was the ecological study we did with Ed Mitchell and Stephanie Cohen. And this was the time that we were looking back at the Safe Sleep program and following the pattern of deaths after the introduction of the program. Because we'd really gone out on a limb. Yes, we had a little bit of evidence we had all the theoretical evidence that this was the right thing to do. You were creating safe sleep environments where you knew that unsafe sleep environments were the problem. But we had not finished the Wahakura study. We had not finished the random control trial that said it was safe. That came later. And so when we were able to show that there was a 29% drop in infant mortality over a 5-year period, it was like a great moment.
So Levi and Dana Armstrong are husband and wife team that are making changes in Hawke's Bay. They're doing some great work. Levi's come through our Bachelor of Rec and Sport programme, and Dana's a local school teacher. They came to us with the Master of Health Science programme and wanted to try and work on some of the stuff they've been doing with Patu Aotearoa. So Patu has been a gym that they've formed which has been great in Hawke's Bay. They've also had a number of other projects around converting shipping containers and dropping those shipping containers with exercise equipment into spaces that are needed, rather than asking people to move out of their spaces and out of their local environments to be able to exercise. So my vision for the next 10 years is getting systems to talk together. Sports science is a really good example, where if we are well, we go to the gym. If we are ill, we go to the physiotherapist. And that connection between the two goes from an aspiration of health to a reduction of health and repair. So the idea that we can connect the two systems where people can move seamlessly between aspirational gym health and the medical model, if you will, I think is a really interesting space that would be good to be able to transition in the next 10 years.